We want to match the sedimentary rock with its description. We have breccia and coal and sandstone. Breccia and conglomerate. Don't get these two confused. Breccia and conglomerate, they're both made of pebbles. They're both clastic because they're made of pre-existing rock that has been glued back or cemented back together in lithification. The difference between them is breccia has very angular features. They usually find these around fault lines when the rock breaks, but it hasn't traveled very far downstream to round off those edges when it bounces against other things. This would be conglomerate over here. Conglomerate has the nice rounded features. These pebbles have been moved by water, perhaps, and as they tumble down the stream, it smooths off the edges a little bit. So conglomerate and breccia. With our mnemonics, we had the Kong toy on the clastic pile that had the rounded dog toy for conglomerate, and then the brush was for breccia, also in the clastic pile. But this has the angular features. Don't get limestone and dolomite mixed up. They're both down here. Limestone is calcium carbonate, CaCO3. It's reacts with acid. All the carbonates do. Dolomite is magnesium carbonate. It's also a carbonate, reacts with acid, but it's just the magnesium is in it. It doesn't react as readily as limestone does. But these would both be in the chemical pile, where I have my limestone rock with the beaker on top, with the Rollos inside of the beaker for dolomite. So these would be chemical. And then the shale, you should know that, made out of muds and clays. Sandstone is obviously made out of sand, coal. Chert you might not know about though. Chert is this guy. Chert is a precipitated silicate. It's the Native American used it for arrowheads. It naps and makes these very sharp edges. It's SiO2. It's the same stuff glass is made out of. It's just a polymorph. It has a different chemical structure to it. But this is chert. It's groundwater. It's a precipitate, so it is considered a chemical sedimentary rock. It's not made of pre-existing rocks. It was just dissolved silica that gets left behind and usually forms in nodules in the ground. Looking at these same ones we just went through, again we have the breccia would be over here in the clastic pile with the plastic bottle. Coal would be over here in the organic pile. Sandstone, this is sand in my bag. This represents sandstone down here, nice rock. It's actually slightly metamorphic, it's more quartzite than sandstone, but we call it sandstone. The conglomerate, here's my Kong toy, so it's also in the clastic pile. The chert is represented by the shirt, so it's in the chemical pile over here. And the dolomite is represented by the Rollo, so it's in the chemical pile. And then shale would be my black mud rock over here. It's in the clastic pile as well.